What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and we're doing the usual Lunar Classic update. We're going to take a look why the chart is in decline. Should you be worried, or is this an opportunity to buy some more? If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. We talk about Lunar Classic and other cryptocurrencies every single day on the channel. Also, if you can give it a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. It tells me you like the content we're putting out, and it also gets us up in the old algorithm. So look, let's jump into it right now. So the price around 11,014 at the time of recording this video. We are seeing volume around 320 billion, significantly down when you look at our average volume at 1.221 trillion. And why people are asking this question, but we're going to talk a little bit about it in this video. Down 2%, but you've got to bear in mind where we have come from. There is lots coming with this project. It's taking its time. Fundamentally, Terra Rebels, the community organized, or community self-organized hierarchy we've got, takes time to embed things. It takes time to take a project like this and start to add use case. Now, we've seen a ton of things coming on board and more to come. I'm going to take you through a few of the exciting ones that we've got in this video. But look, we did go on this nice run. 26th of June, we saw a nice big pump. This is all down to the 1.2% tax, the coding of this tax and getting it on the blockchain. And we've seen this big run up all the way up to, we broke nearly the 17s on the 29th of June. So we saw a nice run over the course of about 3 or 4 days. And what have we seen? Well, we've seen the obvious. We've seen people taking profits. Bearing in mind, when you come right out of this chart, this was absolutely at rock bottom. It couldn't generally get any lower. You know, you see the bottom here at 4045, and it actually was even lower than this. Bear in mind, the previous chain that this was before the relaunch went to basically zero. So what's happening here? People are taking money. You've got to understand, this is still an incredibly volatile project. This is still in its complete infancy. I talk about this on most of my videos. If this was a new project, people would be very, very cautious how they trade on this. It isn't the same Luna that we had before. Now, do I think that there's got a lot of potential with this? Absolutely. That's why I talk about it every day on this channel. But all this is, for me, is people taking profits. It's as simple as that. We can see it. We then saw a nice movement up and people took profits again. It's just the cycle of crypto, particularly when you think about inflation, 8.7%. The market is down. People are, you know, seeing collapses like Voyager that just people never thought would go under. We've seen Celsius saved, but who is next? This is people taking money. It's people taking their money and getting out while they can. People have made 3, 4, 5, even 10 times their original investment. So again, it's people taking money, and I would always recommend that if you can pull your initial out, you should always do so. Now, what have we got coming for us? Well, when we take a quick look, we can see that the Terra 2.0 isn't having as good a day equally, but interesting on the 7-day, like I said, we are down. Volume still at 136 million, and that's important when we talk about the burn taxes or when we see that implementation. Market cap 725 million. Now, I want to talk a little bit about what we're getting on the Discord. This is where the Discord for the Terra Rebels is at. Self-organization with an absolute determination to go and deliver. You can see web portal websites. They're talking projects. They're talking how they get this out to the community. And equally, what more we're coming. This is all run by the community. No one actually owns this blockchain. Now, there is plenty to attribute to trying to get it under the Terra Rebels ecosystem. But just, I wanted to show this because this shows the intensity and the intention of the community that sits behind the Lunar Classic. Now, what have we seen? This is important. It's a bit messy in terms of a graphic, but ultimately I want you to see this number at the bottom, 1.611855. When we actually look here, 1.61 billion in 24 hours, pretty consistent with the previous estimate. EK826, one of the devs there on the Terra Classic. So 1.61 billion tokens in 24 hours, under the 1.2% burn tax if that was on the mainnet at current volume. You've got to remember that at this current, at this volume, 136 million. So imagine what it's like when we start to ramp this volume up, and that's a quiet day. You know, we've been 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 times that in past months. So I think that is interesting to see, but certainly more developments. Now, Meta Gloria. I've really talked about this on the channel, but wanted to bring you this. I'm not going to go through exactly what it's all about, but ultimately it is an NFT project that is launching, and one of the facilities of it is going to burn Lunar Classic tokens, which I think is a big thing. Again, I'm not going to talk through the whole thing. You can just see kind of what the white paper is all about. It's not really the bit I want to talk about, but this will burn Lunar Classic as part of its process, which I think is pretty exciting. So again, just another aspect that's coming on to support the deflationary nature of Lunar Classic. And then last but not least, I did want to bring this. This is the new updated. Shout out to Happy Catty Crypto and the guys. Again, you know, much love to him. The new way of tracking these Binance wallets, tracking the whole ecosystem of Luna Classic. Now, I wanted to bring total supply. Again, it's a question I get asked all the time. We can see this huge increase here, which is where we saw the collapse of UST, and we saw that link to Luna, and an unbelievable amount of tokens were minted. If we zoom in this last bit, we can see the token supply. If we look at the 1st of July here at 6,906,000 to where we are today, 6,906,185. You can see there 222. So we are seeing it. However, it isn't big enough. That's the honest answer. We're not seeing big enough burns, but we're not seeing big enough volume, and we're not seeing mass adoption. I told you yesterday on the video, we get something like Binance on, we're talking 160k potentially a day at big volumes. And bear in mind, we are in a bearish market right now. The total global market at 958 billion. So, you know, significantly down on where we are normally. So still lots to come. Again, just to address this concern around the price, people saying it's dumping. It's not. Consolidating trading sideways is always a good thing. We're seeing people take profits, which I would always recommend. But ultimately, sentiment stays strong. Lots more coming with this project. Let me know if you are still holding or you're buying more in the comments down below. Again, it supports the channel. Leave it a thumbs up. And if you've made it to the end, you might as well subscribe for all your Luna Classic content. That's going to do it with this video, guys. Thanks as always. I'll see you in the next one.